How to boost your profits with tax liens using artificial intelligence is what we're going to dive into here today. So if you're watching this, tax lien investing is on your radar. Maybe you're sick and tired of property prices going up, inflation killing your money and your purchasing power, and you've realized that, hey, maybe this tax lien thing is pretty cool because with tax liens you can earn 18 to 36% interest in some states. You can buy property sometimes for just the back taxes owed for just pennies on the dollar. The big problem is most people have no idea how the heck to do this business. And that's what this channel is dedicated here to do, is to show the average person how to buy these properties dirt cheap and exactly how and where to go and how to do it. I know I said the word how many times there. So let's talk about this. One of the big parts of tax lien investing is property research, right? There's 3,300 counties out there. And it's like, where do you go to find all that information? Soon, AI is going to automate the county research. It's already doing so as we speak, but it's going to continue to get better and better to the point where at some point you'll just have a conversation with the AI and be like, hey, go research this property, and it will do it. Now, the thing is, the people who are early adopters are going to have the biggest advantage in this. The other thing is going to be predictable analysis and analytics of properties, kind of predicting what things are going to be worth, market trends, hot areas coming up, because the AI can pull billions and trillions of different points of data. The next one is risk assessment, right? Because when we're getting into tax liens and deeds, people are like, well, what's the risk, right? Now, remember, one of the biggest risks with a tax lien is that it doesn't redeem and pay you your interest rate, which is the big part of the game. However, remember, 95% of tax liens redeem, and the 5% that don't redeem is where you get those giant life-changing home runs, right? Because if a house is worth $100,000, the back taxes are $2,000, and they don't redeem, you get that house for the back taxes owed, plus the other 2 years of delinquent taxes, and plus the cost to foreclose. So that house that's worth $100,000, you'd be into it for about $5,000 if you know what you're doing and how to go about it. You know, back in the day, there was those old infomercials of like, I got a $100,000 house for only $100, you know, stuff like that. Wasn't quite accurate. However, you know, if you can get a $100K house for $5,000, you can do that all day long. So if you're tuning in, I'm Dustin Hahn, and this channel is here dedicated to helping the average person become a real estate investor through tax liens and deeds. It's for you if you are sick and tired of real estate prices going through the roof. If you're sick and tired of just inflation making everything so expensive, this is a business that can have the power to become a real estate investor through the power of tax liens and deeds. So if you like this stuff, do me a favor, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check it out. There's also a link below. I'm doing a webinar here this Thursday where we've been using AI and have developed a special way of using it to really be on the cutting edge of this stuff. So there's a link below. It's going to be a full webinar. It's obviously way too long for a YouTube format. So if you really want to learn that stuff as well, extra on top of what's in this video, there is a link below in the description below if you click on that. Now let's talk about some things, right? So AI is going to be able to do all your bidding for you. You'll just tell it, it'll micromanage all those bids. From there, you're going to be able to do virtual inspections of properties, which is going to be great to be able to do this stuff remotely. It is truly going to be the difference of, like, you know, from horse and carriage to moving to the automobile is the big difference AI is going to be making. Due diligence, let alone I have trouble spelling the word. Saying it sometimes is hard as well. But it's going to be able to do and check for liens to make sure everything's been done. Because one of the big things is that with a tax lien or a tax deed, an important part is due diligence. Because if the county doesn't notify the mortgage company, say in a tax deed state, and it goes to auction, and you see that, oh, wait a minute, the government didn't notify the lien holder, then they can come back and protest the sale of that property, which is why it's important to do the research and is really one of the big things that people get hung up on when they're getting in this business. So obviously that's what this channel is here to do, to help you with the research and things like that, which is awesome. The other thing is going to be able to do is help you with comps on properties. What's this thing worth? Estimating rehabs. It's going to be going out, talking with contractors, having conversations on your behalf. Like, where this stuff is going is absolutely like mind melting. You know, you're going to have a digital avatar that can go out and have conversations for you and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be able to protect you against fraud. Like if people are trying to hack into your credit or your bank accounts, you'll have like a digital, you know how you have Siri on your phone? She's kind of one of the first versions of that. But think of like Siri times a billion is coming. The current versions of AI, like AI right now is as dumb as it's ever going to be. It's just getting smarter exponentially. From there, it's going to be able to analyze your legal documents. You know, somebody has a contract, boom. Your AI can go through it as a lawyer, you know, looking at the documents, suggesting edits, things like that. The next thing you're going to be able to do is create contracts through AI. From there, you'll be able to use blockchain and AI to create smart contracts to make this stuff simple, quicker, and removing a lot of the middle people or businesses that are there to take, greedy chunks and things like that from your closing costs. You know, realtors are pretty much going to be non-existent at some point as well. It's going to change that. All the marketing of your properties, all that sort of stuff is going to be able to be done with AI, which is absolutely awesome. And from there, you're going to be able to attend multiple auctions at once. You'll literally be able to just tell the AI, I want to go to this auction. This is my budget. Go bid. And it's going to be basically the next version of human evolution is here. And you kind of have a choice, right? Like if you've been hearing about it, you need to get on this bandwagon because first off, just being in tax liens and deeds is a huge advantage in real estate. And now that AI is starting to come into everything, you really need to be putting some time into it, learning, being on the cusp of this stuff, because you don't want to look back. Like, you know, the people who don't adopt this are really going to regret it, because right now you have an opportunity to be an early adopter, like the same way Bitcoin came onto the scene. If you're using AI to get into real estate, it's going to give you a huge advantage. It's going to help you with your tax lien and deed investing, and it's going to help you every single step of the way. So, like I mentioned, I'm doing a training coming up. It's going to be a couple hours long on how to use AI. We'll go more into it. There's a link below in the description if you want to check that out. It's going to be this Thursday. You can sign up there. That'd be cool. If not, you can like the channel, thumbs up, subscribe if you like what we're doing. We got a lot of great videos on how to buy government seized properties for literally just the back taxes owed here on this channel. We're going to be doing more great content. We're going to be going to some auctions as well, kind of doing like documentary style stuff as the channel continues to grow and people really want to get into this business. You know, like I mentioned many times, I was working a 9-to-5 job at doom I really didn't like. And it was this business of tax lien and deed investing that allowed me to get out of it. I was working in the north, freezing my butt off every single day, and got into real estate, flipped some tax liens and deeds, moved down by the beach, and it's really provided me with a good life. And I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for what tax liens and deeds have provided me as far as getting into real estate. And now it's easier than ever to get into this business. You know, back in the day, I was watching like VHS tapes, using paper maps, all that stuff. Didn't even have a cell phone, so it was very challenging. AI is going to make it easier than ever for you to get started with this. So once again, thanks a lot for watching. It's time to start doing some research. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. You can register below for the AI training. We're going to show you how to buy some of these 100K houses for just $5,000, how AI can remove the roadblocks and things like that. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Signing off.